Keep that in mind. And is everyone able to see my screen? All right, awesome. Just so you know, I can't see the chat while I'm presenting. So if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me at any time. Just unmute and ask. But thank you all for coming to our first League Explore parent orientation. This should take like 15 to 20 minutes. I just wanted to take the opportunity to make sure everyone knows what to expect from the program as we start on week one. My name is Joey McCary. I'm one of the lead mentors for the FLL Explore program. I'll be leading the Mansfield, Vernon, and Stafford program. So if you're any of those, you'll be seeing me at those. And then Lakshmi, did you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, I'm Lakshmi. I'm also lead mentor. I work with the Ellington program.
Awesome. So, just to start by giving everyone some context about the program, we're the Talon County Robotics Foundation. We're a local nonprofit organization that runs youth robotics programs for students K through 12. The programs we run are a part of FIRST, which stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. You may have heard of FIRST before. They're a pretty big organization. They run pre-K 12 robotics teams internationally, so they have programs for students of all ages. Our foundation specifically runs three FIRST programs. We run First League Explore, which is this program. It's our K through 3 program. We also run First League Challenge, which is our fourth through eighth grade program, and then the First Tech Challenge, which is our high school program. Really just wanted to give everyone context. If your kids are really into robotics, there are opportunities for them to continue doing this past third grade. But just to start to kind of cover some logistical stuff, as many of you know, we have five different programs in five different towns. Each of you should know which one you're signed up for. If you're unsure of which one you're registered for, feel free to stay back and ask me, and I can double check what we have you down for. But I just want to go over each of the locations so all of you kind of know where to go. So if you're in the Ellington program on Mondays, you're going to be in Hall Memorial Library. We're going to be on the second floor in one of the program rooms that's right next to the children's room. So if you go into the library and go to the second floor, you can ask them where we'll be and you'll be able to find us. For the Vernon location on Tuesdays, you might have seen we recently changed locations because of Rockville Public Library is having some HVAC constructions. We weren't able to use that space. So we're now in the Talon County Agricultural Center. We're in the Elliott building, which is the building on the property that's closest to the road. So if you go into their parking lot, you can park there. And then we're in the building closest to the road, and we'll have someone at the door to let everyone in. If you're in the Mansfield location on Wednesdays, we're in the Buchanan Auditorium. So if you're looking at the library like from the road, the Buchanan Auditorium is on the right and it has its own entrance. If you're on the Stafford location on Thursdays, when you enter the Stafford Public Library, you're going to take a left and they have a program room there that we're using.
They probably told us where it was in Mansfield.
And then if you're in the Andover location on Friday, we're in the Andover Town Hall and we'll have someone stationed right outside the town hall to let everyone in and show you where to go. Does anyone have any questions as to where the locations are, how to get to any of them? Awesome. Um, so just to go over the dates and times of the programs, our meetings are starting next week, the week of January 6th. So next week will be our first meeting for all the programs, and we're going to be consistently meeting every week up until the week of March 28th. Um, we meet every week, so plan on being there. Any cancellations that we have, we'll communicate that through Remind. Um, if we cancel, it'll likely be because of weather or if there's holidays and stuff like that, but we'll message all of you in advance if that were to happen. In terms of the times, if you're in the kindergarten and first grade group, we're going to be meeting every day from 4 o'clock to 4:50. We said 5 o'clock, but like expect that to end around 4:50, 4:55, and to pick your kids up then. And then the second and third grade group is meeting from 5 o'clock to 6:30. At the end of the season, the kids are going to be attending what's called the end of the season festival. This is the equivalent of like the kids' end of the season competition, but at this grade level, they're not competing against one another. They're more just celebrating the work that they did. Um, so every member should plan on attending the kids' celebration. The way it works is they get what's called reviewed. So there'll be people who talk to the kids about what they made and they get to share what they did with other teams and adults. We'll have some fun activities for them and awards. The event itself is held at the New England Air Museum in Windsor. We're going to have about 50 teams from throughout the state at this event, including all of our teams. And what's cool about it is we're going to be actually like in the hangar with all the planes on display. So the kids' or festival will be right in the middle of it. So it should be a pretty cool experience. For the K1 program, it's going to be roughly 9 o'clock to 12. And the second and third grade program will be roughly 12:30 to 4. We'll send like detailed information about the festival as it gets closer, but the important thing is just for everyone to have it on their calendar that March 29th is going to be the end of the season festival. Um, and those are the rough times for the kindergarten, first grade, and second and third grade group. Any questions on any of the dates, times, or stuff about the festival? Awesome. Just to go over some of the expectations of the program, the first is parents should stay in the library or the location at all times. Based on the location, we'll have a variety of different setups. Some locations will have chairs along the back of the room for parents to stay. Others, if it's a library, you might be able to like stay somewhere else in the library. The most important thing is that you're on location and you don't leave while your kids are there. We want parents to be available in case a mentor needs you, in case anything happens or we need help with something. Um, Another big expectation for us is being on timed meetings and attending all meetings. The students are going to be working as teams, so we're going to have about anywhere from 2 to 5 teams at one location, but they'll be consistently working with one team throughout the entire season. So we need all students to be there as much as possible just so they can continue making progress as a team. Um, we treat the program, for lack of a better comparison, closer to like a team sport than like just a drop-in library program. So we want the kids to be there at all meetings just because their teams can be relying on them to make decisions and do work to prepare for their end of the season festival. In terms of just some of the curriculum we cover, just so all of you know what we're going to be doing throughout the program, the first aspect of it is we teach the kids about the first core values, and we do a lot of work trying to get them to like bond as a team and create a team identity. So each team is going to have around 4 to 6 students. They're going to pick a team name. They're going to get team shirts, and they're going to be working together through the entire season. So definitely teamwork is a huge part of this program that we try to teach the kids, especially since at this age they haven't done a ton of things as a team yet, and getting them to do stuff with Legos and the technology as a group. In terms of the STEM aspect of the program, we use electronics that are compatible with Legos called Spike Essentials and Spike Prime. Essentially, these are like electronics kits that have a brain, motors, sensors, lights, and different components that the kids are going to be able to code using block coding, and all of them are compatible with Lego. Um, so as the students go throughout the season, they're going to be coding these different components and integrating them into their Lego models. To give you a kind of higher end idea of the curriculum, each year there's a different theme. This year it's all about ocean exploration. So the kids are going to be building something that they want to explore into the ocean. So they're going to end up with like a physical Lego model of what they want to explore. And then they're also going to be building some sort of exploration device. For the younger kids, that's going to be just some sort of device that they use to explore. And for the older group, that's going to be an actual robot. And that exploration device is going to incorporate motors, it's going to incorporate lights, and it's going to incorporate decoding. Um, so kind of as we go through the program, they're going to be learning about different things with ocean exploration, as well as learning those science concepts behind it. Um, so that's kind of the core of what we're going to be doing throughout the season. Another big thing about the program is kind of the skills that we're building. We talked a lot about teamwork, but communication is a huge one too. We use a lot of opportunities to get the kids to share what they built, so they're not just building it, they're also explaining it to their teammates or to other teams. And that's kind of, we're preparing them also for the end of the season festival, where each team is going to have a poster board and a final model, and they're going to have people who are asking them questions about it and want the kids ready to kind of talk about what they did throughout the season. Um, so that's just a little bit of an overview of what we cover throughout the program. I would say, especially the coding and electronics, we kind of ease them into. So I wouldn't expect that like on day one, but by the end of the season, each of the teams should have had an opportunity to code and kind of integrate the electronics into their final model. Any questions about the content we cover throughout the program? Awesome. And then the last thing I have, Remind is going to be our primary communication app. Um, the way Remind works is you can either receive communication through the app or you can receive communication through text messages. Um, when you originally signed up, if you texted the code to 81010, that's how you sign up for the text messages. So whenever the lead mentors of the program send out an announcement to you, it'll just come to you over text. And if you were to reply to that text message, that would go directly to the lead mentor. So if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, you can communicate that way. Um, the most important thing about Remind is we're going to be sending all communications there from now on. So I know I kind of use email and Remind just because we've had some people having issues getting onto it, but once the season starts, we'll exclusively be using Remind. So please make sure you're on it. It doesn't matter if you have the app or if you're getting those notifications over text. As long as you're getting them, that's the important thing. If you're not getting those messages, you can feel free to stay after and I can help you get set up on Remind just because we want to make sure we have that done before the beginning of the season. If we have any cancellations, that'll go through Remind. When we send out more information about the festival, that'll also go through Remind. So we definitely want to make sure everyone's receiving those just so we're ready for the program to start. But that was the last thing I had for parent orientation. Are there any questions about anything that we covered? All right, awesome. Well, unless anyone has any questions or needs help with Remind, thank you all for coming today and have a nice day, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you on